Nope.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. This was the classic story my grandmother told my sister and me every Christmas Eve. My mother prepping dinner as my father tucked more presents under the tree, my grandfather asleep in his chair in front of our flat-screen TV. As it grew late and we made cookies for Santa and a tall glass of milk, my sister and I played games which she would always bilk. The tree was lit with a sparkly gold star on top. Christmas lights bright outside, but tired we were not. Time for bed so Santa can come, our mother had said. Excited for presents, my sister and I scurried to bed. Our grandmother tucked us in, bidding us good night as we drifted off to Yuletide dreams. As I dreamt of reindeer and Christmas, in the dream I heard screams. I awoke to a silent dark room, buried in night. No sounds from within, not even the illumination from the outside light. It was too quiet. No lights, no sound, no Santa Claus clatter. I arose from my bed to see what was the matter. I tiptoed out of my room, down the hall and down the stairs. The lights were all off, so I checked the bedrooms to see who was there. The beds were all empty, pretty much untouched. Alone and scared, back to my sister I rushed. I shook her awake in a full-blown panic. She shot up in alarm from a sister acting manic. "Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa are gone," I cried in a whisper. There was silence in my response. Then the words, "Go back to bed," came from my sister. I begged her to wake up so I could show her they were gone. She got back up and let out a big yawn. "Fine," she pouted and fumbled to find me in the dark. Then on the search for our family we did embark. We reached the hallway and mysteriously the lights were fully lit. I did not understand this, not one little bit. I showed my sister the beds, completely empty and still made. Bewildered was she, and terrified their absence could not be explained. We hurried down the stairs, where our tree was brightly glowing, our fear for our missing family quickly growing. "There!" My sister pointed at the fireplace, her hand trembling. The sight had our entire Christmas dissembling. At the fireplace was not the sight of old Saint Nick climbing down the chimney with glee. It was a pool of blood flowing from the fireplace to our tree. A trail of blood and innards led to the kitchen. In more blood lay 4 presents with shiny bows that glistened. Terrified and confused, could these presents be from Santa Claus? We picked them up, examined them, and paused. Their bottoms were dripping, and they felt pretty heavy. Whether fear or excitement, our breaths were unsteady. We untied the bows and unwrapped the presents with anticipation and dread. tucked inside was our family's decapitated heads. Their faces still frozen in their final screams and terror. And this is the traumatizing Christmas I'll always remember. This is why I'm always the pessimistic Scrooge, because of this Christmas that was full of gloom. They never found who did this, an unnamed killer, but I dubbed them the Christmas Ripper. So every Christmas Eve, lock your doors and windows real tight. Keep your weapons close to you that night. It is not Krampus that you should fear. And don't get carried away with all that holiday cheer. For in the dark shadows created by Christmas lights, something or someone lurks for blood on that joyful night. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's story. If you did, you know what to do. Take that like button and just tear it into pieces, but then make sure to put it in a nice pretty box tied with a bow and give it to me for Christmas, because I would really appreciate it. Shout out to the author of this story, Reddit user Dark Mama Mermaid 30. As usual, there is a link in the description if you want to check out more of her work. And everybody, last but not least, in a couple days it's going to be Christmas, so if you're listening, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and even if you don't, actually, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I'll be seeing you guys next week with a New Year's themed video, but until then, remember to stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.